true story of Los Angeles. He married the most beautiful woman, but it was a huge mistake. Prologue, a dangerous dream. Alan had always dreamed of a perfect life, a successful career, a loving wife, and a happy family. He had worked hard to build his business, and now all he needed was someone to share his success with. Then, one day, he met Sophia. She wasn't just beautiful, she was breathtaking, the kind of beauty that could stop time. Her smile was enchanting, her eyes held an irresistible mystery, and her presence was hypnotic. From the moment he saw her, Alan felt like he was under a spell. Their romance was swift, and within months, Alan proposed. To his delight, Sophia immediately said yes. Alan believed he had won the jackpot. He had no idea he was about to make the worst mistake of his life. The strange behavior begins. The wedding was extravagant, and the honeymoon felt like a dream. But soon after they settled into their new home, Alan started noticing strange things. Sophia would often disappear at night. Whenever Alan asked where she had been, she would just smile and say, "Just taking care of some things. Nothing you need to worry about." One night, Alan woke up to find her side of the bed empty. He quietly went downstairs and found her in the kitchen, whispering on the phone. "Not yet. I need more time." No, he doesn't suspect anything. Alan's heart pounded. Who was she talking to? What did she mean by not yet? A dark past. Alan's suspicions grew. He started digging into Sophia's past, and what he found left him cold. Sophia had been married 3 times before, and each of her husbands had died mysteriously. The deaths were ruled as accidents. One fell down the stairs, another's brakes mysteriously failed, and the third supposedly had a heart attack. It seemed too much to be a coincidence. When Alan confronted Sophia about her past, her face darkened for a split second before she forced a smile. "I don't like talking about my past. It's too painful," she said, her voice trembling. Alan felt she was hiding something terrifying. The diary of death. One evening, while Sophia was out, Alan searched through her belongings, an old leather-bound diary hidden in a drawer. As he flipped through the pages, his blood ran cold. Alan's hands trembled as he read on. Alan's world shattered. Sophia wasn't just a widow. She was a serial killer. The private investigator. Alan knew he couldn't go to the police just yet. If Sophia found out he was on to her, he could be dead before he even made it to the station. Instead, he hired a private investigator. A few days later, the investigator called Alan and said, "You need to get out. Now." Alan's grip tightened on his phone. "What did you find?" "Sophia has taken out $1 million life insurance policy in your name. If you die, she gets everything. She's done this before, and each time, she's walked away free. She's smart, Alan. She won't leave a trace." Alan's stomach dropped. She was planning to kill him. The trap. Alan knew he had to act fast. If Sophia was planning something, she would strike soon. That night, she surprised him with a romantic, candlelit dinner. She poured wine into his glass, smiling seductively. "To us," she said, raising her own glass. Alan hesitated. He had seen too many crime documentaries to know where this was going. He subtly switched their glasses when she wasn't looking. Then, as he took a sip, he suddenly clutched his chest and collapsed. Sophia's eyes lit up with excitement as she rushed toward him. But as she leaned down, Alan grabbed her wrist and whispered, "Did you really think I wouldn't figure it out?" Sophia's face went pale. At that exact moment, the front door burst open, and police officers swarmed in. Alan had already tipped them off. They had been watching the house all night. Sophia's seductive mask shattered as she screamed and struggled, but the officers held her down. She was finally caught. Epilogue: The true face of beauty. A week later, in court, Sophia sat expressionless as the judge declared her guilty of multiple murders. She was sentenced to life in prison. As Alan stood watching her, she turned to him one last time. Her lips curled into a chilling smile. "This isn't over," she whispered. Alan felt a shiver run down his spine. He had survived, but the scars of this beautiful nightmare would never fade. He had learned a lesson the hard way: beauty is not always a gift. Sometimes, it's a deadly trap. For a window._OA_locmal. Window._OA_locmal, window._OA_SSR_HTML equals window._OA_SSR_HTML vertical bar date.now, request animation frame function, window._OA_locty. Window._OA_locty, window._OA_SSR_TTI equals window._OA_SSR_TTI.